Scott, watch out! It's a man-eater.
This season on Maneater, everyone's biting off more than they can chew.
Oh, look at
If you like this video, subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. Scott, you and I jumped into a very cool game called Maneater, but I'm gonna hit this up in a little different direction and kind of give everybody my issue I'm having with the game. And I want everybody to kind of take this with a grain of salt, because what's going on right now is I'm playing Maneater on the Xbox One X, and I'm experiencing a huge problem in the fact that when I play, I am 20 to 25 minutes in, and the game crashes my entire Xbox. Now, having said this, the minute my Xbox shuts down, I automatically run to my Xbox, turn it back on, reboot it, and jump right back in. Now, this is my perspective. I'm having a blast with the game. Scott, you're not experiencing the hiccup that I am currently. Now, the thing is, I've also reached out to the dev team over at Tripwire and everybody over there, and we're communicating back and forth, and no one can seem to figure out what's going on. So we'll give you an update later on, but at the same time, I want everybody to be aware of there is an issue on my Xbox, but at the same time, it could be just my Xbox, and we aren't 100% sure as to what's going on. But the overall game, on the other hand, though, you play as a shark, and, well, he's hungry. Let's just put it that way. She's a hungry shark. Scott, how are you figuring out Maneater, buddy? What do you think of this game?
Oh man, what a bunch of fun. This I wasn't sure what to think about this game based on the description. It's the trailer is very interesting, and it speaks of a shark getting its vengeance finally. The day of the shark is upon us, and the way you play that out is really fun and interesting. It's kind of like those pond kind of games where you keep eating fish smaller than you and you get bigger and bigger. It's a little bit like that.
Yep.
Based your size is reflected in levels, and as you level up you get bigger, so you take on bigger and badder creatures around your environment to get your health back and to gain experience. It's really cool because it kind of lends to this addictive play style of just getting in and trying to hunt the biggest thing you can.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a lot of fun. They added a lot of really cool things that kind of extend the gameplay, like your ability to evolve bigger and better upgrades for yourself. And again, that just lets you fight more and more creatures around the map. And the map's pretty big.
I think the map's a good size. It's all sanctioned off into certain areas. So you start off in the bayou, and things are a little smaller there, but you do have some apex predators there that you kind of go and hunt afterwards. And then there's things like treasure to go unlock. You know, there's certain little aspects and kind of hidden things throughout the level, but it's all about getting your shark to the next level and upgrading your next perk. And then you run into the fact that, of course, you're a shark, and what do? You want to eat humans, and the more humans you eat, then it kind of brings up this level, and that level is then turns into you being hunted. It's almost kind of like a GTA experience where you level up your stars, and then all of a sudden your wanted level is like insane.
Yeah.
And the more you increase your level, the more hunters then become after you. They start to hunt you down, and then that unlocks a bounty hunter. And then when that bounty hunter pops up, you can then chew him, eat him up, her up, whatever it is, and then you gain a perk off of that, right? So it's really, man, there's so many aspects of this game that I didn't expect. I knew it was kind of this semi-open world shark experience, but I didn't expect the skill tree to be in it. I didn't expect myself going to hunt other smaller creatures and look for certain organisms that they're related to. So some will be food and power, and like there'd be other different stats you gotta hunt in order to upgrade certain perks, like having shock teeth. The electrical shock teeth are cool, the fins. Like there's certain aspects of this thing, man, that really just kind of blew me away. And that's why I said when my stuff kind of goes south, I started right back up because I just want to keep playing.
Yeah, the game, the quality of that experience is really just so much fun that even though you're faced with these technical issues, it's still worth it to jump back in. That says something about the game. Now bear with me, it's got a weird resemblance, and I'm just kind of seeing this now with the first Crackdown. Now, I know that sounds kind of weird, but you kind of grind off of smaller enemies, and they get progressively stronger and stronger. You kind of level yourself up with that and become stronger yourself. You have the ability to trickle into areas that are kind of out-leveled for you, but you can poke around, and you can kind of maybe sneak away with a kill or not. The levels are kind of segmented, but you unlock, as you get bigger, you unlock the ability to move around them, and they kind of each are representative of kind of a different water area. You have like a swampy bayou and then like a city harbor. Really cool variants there. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of striking weird resemblances to this open third-person game that's just a little different, but really fun nonetheless. I think that's why this game is hitting me. The collectibles around the map too give you just a lot to come back around the area for.
It makes you want to stick around.
Yeah, and I never find myself bored because there's just something in the area for me to grab. So I really did enjoy my experience with this one.
Yeah, you know, that's what I said. It caught me by surprise, right? And I think the overall shark mechanic, this swimming through the water, it's a little tricky to target on like the barracudas sometimes.
Yeah.
When you are, there's a transition between going out of the water and into the water. And to duck under the water is another step within that, right? So you can kind of get a little hung up between moving between the open air and under the water, and then when you're trying to lock onto a target, when a barracuda's at you or an alligator, that transition can sometimes get a little muddled, right? You're kind of all over the place in search of your target, trying not to get hit, because certain fish or other creatures will attack you, and certain other creatures will not attack you, right? So the smaller, you know, like the guppies, like the groupers, and those kind of fish.
You end up just taking a turtle that just happened to be swimming by, and instead of the alligator, that's really the issue. Yeah, they really would have benefited, I think, from adding a lock-on system instead of the kind of just. There is like a lock-on, like.
It's like a light semi-lock-on, right?
Yeah, it just highlights
target reticule.
The biggest target, but then it just lets go. Yeah, it's not quite right, but even with that issue, it's still fun combat. It's fun.
Addictive. It's really addictive. Absolutely. Got the main stories all centered around your shark, but also a crazy little kooky character by the name of Scaly Pete. Scaly Pete is kind of your antagonist, your enemy of the sea kind of thing, who's out there to hunt down sharks. And he's got a bit of a backstory I do not want to give away, but it's a cool story to actually see it unfold. And then as well, it's kind of told in this narration story outtake, kind of almost like you see on a Discovery Channel.
Yeah, it's a very non-serious narrator is present with you during your whole growth and life, and it's very comic relief, but well placed. I like it. It wasn't too corny at times. It was just threading the line.
Yeah, no, I thought they nailed it. I thought it brought a sense of charm to the game. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
Destruction of natural coastal habitats is sometimes necessary to build vacation homes for private equity fund partners.
Well, Drew, we chomped all of our Jaws fantasies out. What would you give this game if you're going to put it out of 10?
Maneater, for me, is a unique experience, one in a lifetime, I think. One that completely caught me by surprise. Graphically, I think it's really nice. It's cool to experience the underwater feel of the shark. I think the controls are really kind of stands out and surprised me as well. There's a lot of charm behind the game, and overall, man, I just want to eat more and more fish, alligators, sharks, whatever I can kind of get my hand on, and or Jaws on, for that matter. But I'm gonna score this one an 8.5.
Nice. Yeah, I agree with that. This one is just non-serious enough, and a lot of fun that keeps me coming back. It's got the right map size and the right cluster of activities that I find myself addicted to this one. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10.
Nice. Maneater had us chomping at the bit for more shark action. We just wanted a better lock-on system.
Most shark hunters have close friends or family members who have been eaten or half-eaten by sharks.